Hello. Before beginning today's topic, I'd like to share with you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is humans' goal is to step out of the wheel of reincarnation and infinitely live one life. So, this is really like speaking about the purpose of a human being, right? We're talking about the whole time lapse of a human being from beginning to end. Many of us, there is a sacred book that maybe not us, but our parents will go to. It could be the Quran, it could be the Torah, it can also be the Bible. And there are so many other mystical books, biblical books, that many societies relate their culture to. If we look at all these, it doesn't matter where you stand, and even if we just look at philosophy, if we start looking at Buddhism, they and all other religions and faiths all point to an infinite eternal life. So we can all agree that there is an infinite eternal life. It doesn't matter who, from what country, but all of our ancient texts, all of our texts simply point to that. Now that's one side. Now let's just look at the cosmos. We can see that the universe is really truly an infinite thing, built on vibrations, frequencies, and so forth. So now looking at the human being and where do you want to go? What do I want to be? Do I want to just keep waking up and having a new body? This is an idea that is very prevalent. This is a very strong idea in today's time and age. And I believe the great many of us are getting out of this constant wheel. What leads us to live in this wheel? Well, we are waking up, we are living in this time of age, and we have our first awakening. This is simply when your brain presents the mind and the simple fact that there's nothing you can do that can 100% extinguish an infinite thought stream that is unconscious, right? So that is our first awakening. This leads us to then build a belief system about ourselves much greater. We now know that a human being has an internal world. Now the internal world is present. And for the great many, we still decide to have our external life more power, give it more power, externalize our power. But there's also the great many that begin to internalize it. We are infinite beings, right? And something about that paradigm of externalizing all your power, consciously, unconsciously, consciously deciding to not be within, to not exist inside, in lieu of more happiness, in lieu of physical manifestation, in lieu of not hindering the process of life, right? We are living most of our life just being told what to do. Our first awakening happens, and what happens then? Rather than causing an earthquake inside of us, rather than causing and starting to live differently from the space of inside, we continue to live life the same way, thinking, well, the my interior, all the systems I have are far superior than I am, even though I am the temple, they exist because of me, yet I believe that I am not worthy, not enough to step into myself. So what does this cause? We then again create this idea. It furthers the depth of this idea that I am just energy, right? Because even in that state of being, you realize that you are just energy, and what you're accepting to step into is a world where you are as much energy, and the external life is all that energy, and there is no difference. So you currently are your surrounding. In that state of being, you are your surrounding. And from there, there's many routes we can take. Well, I'm here to tell us that the goal of humanity, the goal for an individual, is to get out of that wheel of reincarnation and step into what we talk about nirvana, right? Go into the heaven gates, right? But stay there permanently, because that faith that speaks about heaven and hell will have you believe that you'll go to heaven eternally, but you don't have to do anything to get there. And now, I love all the faiths, but I'm here to just shake up our belief systems and really question, you know, what life is. So we're just going to live there happily wherever we're going to go, and I didn't have to pay a dime. So really, what if I want to pay a dime? What if I want to give my 2 cents and really like create a life from within? Once you step into your heart, you learn that wow, this is very similar to that past life in that I feel an infinite presence. I feel that I'm infinitely creating. So we are humans that create. I eat a banana, and this banana now becomes the body that you see in front of you. So we learn to tap into the creation process at a subatomic level. We know that the subatomic aspects of ourselves is constantly in communication to all of the universe. So what does this mean? We step into what can appear to be the smallest aspect of you, the tiniest, but in retrospect, it is rather the full spectrum of who we are, right? We step into our non physical, we lose all identity to the world, and we step into our heart consciously. And I've talked profoundly as to why carrying an elevated emotion is the best way to utilize the heart. And now what happens? Well, now I realize from this ineffable state of being that, well, this just is life. This is as great as my life is going to get. And what is this greatness? Well, it is that now my external life has no effect chemically to my internal life. And that translates into the brain, which is an electrical instrument. So my chemical body sends chemical signals that are then translated into electrical thoughts. And I'm starting to create this pattern of coherence, of love, of abundance, of the vibration that you are consciously embodying through living with the heart. But also comes the idea, well, wow, I mean, if I'm doing this at the point of, my physical body just tiring out, I'm going to step into this greater creation that created the physical body. So what does this mean? I am infinitely going to be my creation. Now, I'll leave it up for your imagination as to what happens at that point when that time comes. But for me, it's very simple. Where my attention is, my energy goes. My attention, I don't even have attention now. I've just accepted energy, and to step into the heart, which is the that light that is spoken about in the Bible. It is the heaven gate. It is the utilizing the heart, you can step into nirvana. So you can consciously decide, okay, I'm just going to live this life haphazardly and just, intermediately think or not at all. But I'm not deciding to step into the heart, and this is going to result of me not taking control of the creation process of my subatomic aspects. And at the point of death, I'm just going to, all this energy, it's just going to go into this pool of energy, in essence, is what's happening. And at some time in the future, you know, I'm going to come back, right? It could be a plant, but that string, that what identifies my energy is going to come back to the planet. So I ask you today, do you want to live infinite amounts of lives? Or are you ready to wake up with humanity and infinitely live one life? One life that you decide, that you create. This is the big question. And this is it. That's why my favorite word is ineffable. What do you have? What do you do? What can you say when you have everything you want? Well, you just kind of go inside and just keep on viewing your creation, and you will get to the point where your life simply is viewing, consciously viewing and feeling your creation. It's a beautiful state. This is why I invite you to join my family. My family, we are individuals that live from the heart. We live and create a conscious, infinite state, and we're going to teach you how to do this, how to envelop, live from your heart. We are masters of teaching the art of living through the heart. This membership also comes with 2 meditations daily, a weekly meditation, and a monthly meditation. I ask that you share this video with your loved ones, with your friends, mastermind group, and comment below. What is the purpose of life? What is the big question for the human being? And do you want to infinitely live an infinite creation by your choice, or do you infinitely want your energy to be cycled for an infinite amount of time? I hope to see y'all soon, and I'll wait for you on the side of light. Goodbye.